nine, eight, seven, six, five, four, three, two, one, zero.
And blast off.
All right, welcome to another episode of The Vault, where me and Steve sit at the round table and we discuss important issues in life, comic books.
Exactly.
All right, well, this week, let's talk Batman.
Wow, what a huge topic.
Oh, there's plenty of things we can talk about. I got issues with his origin. I wish I had his origin.
That was funny.
I wish I had his origin issue.
Exactly, what a lot of us do.
All right. So, like, Thomas Wayne was super smart too, right?
He was.
Super rich, right? So they go see Zorro. No chauffeur to pick him up when they leave, which I find a bit odd because, you're super rich. So maybe I gave the chauffeur a day off, right?
Alright.
And, you don't have a bodyguard or anything because, again, super rich people usually got a posse or whatever, None of that. Maybe they had the day off too. Fine.
Okay.
It was nice. Took the fam out to see Zorro, alright. They leave. I guess they're gone to get to their car or something, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess that's what they were doing, yeah.
So they walk down Crime Alley. Like,
Oh, but remember, it wasn't called Crime Alley at the time.
what was it called?
It was just an ordinary alley, and he called it Crime Alley because of the murder of the Thomas and Martha Wayne.
Oh, so people at City Hall just said, we're going to start calling this Crime Alley now.
Well, I think it's just a nickname
Okay.
sprung up because of that.
Oh, actually, I think it was actual signs in Crime Alley. You actually walking down an alley called Crime Alley. It's like, oh, that's not a good idea.
And especially with all them pearls that Martha Wayne had on her neck.
Like, you want to go to a house party? I'll give you the address. It's beat the face off your boulevard, and you take a left to Watcherback Avenue, and then you go right to. We're gonna cut you. And it's house number 29 right at the bank. Should be a hoot. Everyone's showing up. Yeah.
Oh, I think I'd skip that one.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. So anyways, Batman.
Yes, Batman.
How would you defeat him? So, obviously I'm going to take a Marvel character, right?
Okay.
And I'll be fair. I'll use someone with no powers either, like Batman. I'm not going to seek
Thor on him.
Thor or somebody, right? Who would you pick?
I think everybody's go-to person would be Captain America, but not for me.
He's got powers, though.
I would go with Moon Knight. I don't know if Moon Knight really has any superpowers.
He doesn't. I don't think he could beat Batman.
But he's rich. His origin is very simple.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a mercenary, but he became very wealthy, and he had a girlfriend and a chauffeur.
Yeah.
So I think Moon Knight in terms of Batman. Well, Batman would still beat him up, though. I think.
Well, I can think of someone who's got access to even more money than Moon Knight, Batman, Tony Stark combined, right?
Who would that be?
He's a war vet.
Punisher?
Nick Fury, baby, director of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Wow.
Head of the government, money, like, for
But he's a government worker.
espionage and stuff, right? I mean, he can sit on the couch and defeat Batman as far as I'm concerned.
We'll give him an IRS audit.
Well, I mean, how hard is it to just do a like Superior Spider-Man did? Remember when Doc Ock took over?
Yes.
You know, all those spiders everywhere, and there were cameras all over the city, so he wouldn't have to go patrolling every two hours, right? Because Batman does the same thing, right? He's like Daredevil. He patrols the city, beats up, low-level foes and prospectors and stuff, right? So he's out there, right? I mean, wouldn't be hard to follow him, right? Especially if you're director of S.H.I.E.L.D., right?
No, that's
You
true.
have cameras everywhere, right? And Batman doesn't have very many weaknesses, right? Like, he's pretty cold, right? Has no soul, right?
Well, he did get his heart broken by Catwoman recently, though.
Yeah.
And that put a number on you, folks. He put a number on you.
But There's one emotion of his I think you could use against him.
What would that be?
Well, he seems to have a soft spot for little boys whose parents have been fucking killed. Right? Like him.
Well, Dick Grayson for sure.
Yeah.
But then you had Jason Todd.
He was just like a car thief. I think he was.
His father was killed by Two-Face.
Yeah.
We don't know what happened to I don't know what his mother was.
Tim Drake, I think, had a dad.
He had a dad and a mom, and then his father died in Identity Crisis.
Yeah.
He was murdered by Boomerang. And I don't know what happened to his
figured out
mother.
his secret identity or something?
He figured out that Bruce Wayne was Batman and said, I want to be Robin now.
Yeah. Well, this might sound a bit grim, but
Okay.
I'm director of S.H.I.E.L.D. I have
Okay.
access to LMDs,
Yes.
life model decoys for the uninitiated.
Okay.
So, couldn't I just have some scenario which looks kind of like when he was a kid in Crime Alley, and like you're following Batman with the cameras, and then he obviously is gonna. He doesn't have spotter sense, so he's not gonna notice that, right? But it was all set up with the husband and the wife and the little boy, and then of course the gangster, right? And they're all life model decoys, and when Batman turns the corner, bang, bang, kill them both, and like, oh, tragedy. And he'll come down, he'll smack the villain around, take him out, and then he'll be like, there to the young boy.
Yes.
But as soon as he touches the boy, pours a bomb and takes him out, right? Yeah, that's one way to get rid of him, I suppose.
That is one way to get rid of
Yeah.
Batman.
I'm sure there's hundreds of ways.
Well, I mean, again, as we always see, is that Batman is just an ordinary guy with extraordinary athletic abilities. And one of the things I really never liked about the films, the Batman films, and in the comic books for a long time, is that he's supposed to be the world's greatest detective.
Yeah.
And you don't really see him detecting. Certainly not in the films. He's not like he's supposed to be our version or DC version of Sherlock Holmes, and you don't really see that.
Nah, he's never really in the lab or anything. Just out fighting people.
He's out fighting people, and he's very smart, but I never see him detecting anymore.
Yeah, that would probably be kind of boring. Watching him like checking hairs and stuff, and pieces of fiber. I don't know. I think after 20 minutes he'd be like,
Robin, you take over this.
Where's the Joker? Bring him outside.
Oh, so he's an excitement junkie, is he?
Well, no, but we are.
Well, we are,
watching
that's
a
true.
movie, we're kind of like, maybe.
I'd like to see a bit more detecting,
Yeah,
certainly in Detective Comics.
Yeah, I find sometimes people write Batman as he's a bit too incredible.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned Identity Crisis, where he's like, oh, I checked my memories, and I realized there was a 5-minute gap from like 10 years ago when Zatanna mind wiped everybody, and like give me a break. Come on. I can't remember what I had for lunch yesterday, right? Let alone like 10 years ago, and piece through my brain and go, well, I'm missing 5 minutes of memory here.
If I was only missing 5 minutes of memory,
Yeah.
I think I'd be doing okay on this planet.
I think you would.
Now, Batman has been, I think, much abused in terms of his abilities. I mean, he, like you said last week, he beat Superman twice.
Yeah.
I can't see a Batman ever beating Superman.
No, he plugged himself into an electric socket and beat him up. I know.
Superman can fly around.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a bit much.
But again, it was a Superman possessed by poison ivy at the time.
That's true. And, he was holding back, Superman was.
Yeah. But in The Dark Knight, he was older Superman, but he wasn't possessed by anything.
No, and
He still lost.
He still lost, but again, it's feasible because of the kryptonite factor.
Yeah.
but still, a lot of good things have to happen, and the dominoes have to go down in order for Batman to beat Superman.
Yeah. Yeah, Batman. What else can we talk about?
Well, I tell you, in terms of Batman, he has it's funny for a guy who's a loner. He has a big family.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he has Batwoman, Batgirl, all loads of Robins. He has the Huntress.
The dog.
He
Batman.
has Batmite.
Batmite.
You know, all these characters were put together at the beginning of the Comics Code Authority. Is that correct?
Well, Robin was around forever.
No, Robin. I'm not talking about Robin, but because they were saying that they wanted to have more family-orientated characters after the Comics Code Authority came about.
Yeah.
So then you had Batmite and Batgirl and Batwoman and.
Well,
all sorts
Batgirl came from the TV show,
Okay.
and back in the '70s in the World's Finest, when they had like a little Superman and a little Batman.
Well, they had the Super
They
Sons.
called them the Super Sons,
Yeah.
sure. Those are all imaginary tales, eh?
Were they?
Yeah, we found them out there the other day.
They were really good. Some of those were really good, though.
Geez, one of my first comics was World's Finest 230. I love that.
The
I had no
World's Finest
cover or
comic was
nothing.
great. Well, you don't need condition in order just to read it. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, reading comics is what we like.
I'm sure it had a cover,
Well, at one point
but I
they
was a
didn't have
kid.
to.
Right? Yeah, I always had this little box of like coverless comics from a wee young collector, right? I really didn't get into collecting hard to like not entertain, right? Yeah. Well, taking care of them, right? So that's what you do.
Well, with comic books, I mean, condition is everything if you're a collector, but in order just to read it and be passionate about comic books, it doesn't matter what condition they're in, as long as it's intact. I mean, the story's still there, the artwork is still there. It's a wonderful, wonderful
Well, if I
experience.
needed a comic to read, I wouldn't care. As long as the price matched the condition, I would buy it.
Yes.
And maybe down the road replace it with a better copy, right? I mean, those old Spideys, like, forget it, right? Batman's. Yeah.
You better buy the collections that are coming out, otherwise forget it.
I mean, I'm looking at like an old detective who would be like 175 and it was like $300, and this is back in the 80s, and I'm like, "Oof, how are you ever going to collect all the Batmans, right?"
Well, it's funny because my mom, in the 1940s, she said her and her friends were always trading Batman and Superman comic books.
Yeah.
They were all going around. They would trade. And so I was like, Mom, if you ever kept those Batman and
Sure, my
Superman,
dad did that too. You
Really?
go down to the cinema over there. What's the guy again?
well, you had there was two. You had the one on Henry Street. That was the Capitol.
Yeah, that's where he was. It was
So you
in
went to the
Capitol.
Capitol?
And they all wrote their
There's
comics.
Paramount as well.
And they'd all just trade their comics with their buddies for different comics, right? And of course, they all get beat up because,
No, well, you're
you're reading and reading.
Well,
and
that's
reading
what it was
and
for.
reading. I'm not going back and take it all, guys. All comics.
Gene Simmons did that. He
No
used to buy
trades.
them by the pound.
No trades.
No, give us your comics.
Yeah, oh, that was awesome. All right, well, that should do it for another week. However, next week we're going to have a contest.
What kind of contest are we going to have?
It's going to be about Spider-Man. And you can win this really nice Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man trade by Peter David, the complete collection. Like a $50 book. Yeah, we're in the vault.
You better put this in the vault when it's over $50.
We don't give away cheap prizes.
No, that's true.
So that'll be
next week.
next week.
And I'd like to make a shout out to our good buddy Peter Collins here. His birthday is today, so God bless him today.
Hi,
Hope he's
Peter.
having a great time, Peter.
Yeah.
And we all love our comic book collecting brothers.
Yeah. All right, so keep watching the vault.
All right, guys. Thank you. We'll see you next week.
All right, see you guys.
Bye-bye.